right, we are live. All right, today, as I wait and see if everything comes online on YouTube and Facebook. Boom, there's YouTube. And Facebook should be coming right up. There we go. Still good? Still live. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. On both, so I can see comments. If you guys are, anyone is able to watch here this afternoon, today is breakout session number 1. And what I have decided to go ahead and do today is build out our practice plans for the Core 4, Princeton's Core 4 Quadrant. So if you're going to start with the low post series, chin series, point, or open, if you're going to start with any of those series, we're going to go ahead and build out the practice plans, and that's what we're going to do today. So as I let's see here, just kind of get everything situated. Boom, here we go. Let's see if we are, there we go. Perfect. All right, so you guys will have to let me know that you can see everything just fine. But so far, it's so good. So far, it looks good to me. Okay, so here we go. So what we're doing here, delete everything else we got on here. There we go. So we're just going to start from scratch and build out our playbook. I'm sorry, build out our practice plans. And we're going to go ahead and start this with the low post series. So if you are in the core, if you're starting with the Core 4, and you're starting with low post, there we go. We'll just call this practice number 1. Emphasis low post. Day number 1. Right, so just kind of put an arbitrary time in here. So let's say that we're gonna, let's see, can you try to get it so you can see the whole screen, because I don't think you can right now. There we go. This should work better. Now I can adjust it. There we go. Perfect. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. So so we might do up to 3 days per, 2 or 3 days. Let's just do 3 days. Let's see if we need to do 3 days, and then let's just do 3 days with each quadrant. So this is quadrant number 1 is the low post series. Let's say we're starting our practice at 3 o'clock. And the first thing that we're going to do with low post, there we go. is we're going to teach the entry. So, pass. We'll just call it. We'll call that the wing entry. And go 510, wing entry, and post feed. So there we go. So that's where we're okay. That's where we're going to start. So we come down one slot, and the first thing that we do in low post is we backdoor the point, and we so that we start to so we backdoor the point so we can circle the D, but we're going to hit the 5-man backdoor, or we're going to hit the point backdoor. So let's go 510 low post. Hit the point, backdoor. We're going to do that for 5 minutes. That'll be our first action. All right. We'll do that for 5 minutes. Sorry about that. My son is asleep. Okay. So for the next 5 minutes, and we're going to start out at 5 minutes. If you feel like you need a little bit more, that's totally fine, especially on day one as you're introducing it. If you need a little bit more time, 510 low post. And so the next thing is the back cut is not open. All right. So again, we're doing everything in a progression. So this is the progression method coming out into the practice plan. So the second thing is that 510 low post, the back door is not open. Now the 5-man score. And I'm going to add some ways that we want to score. We're going to slide hook, progression, see, across the lane, reverse, hook, let's see, jump hook, up and under. Now, if you have not taught all of those skill sets yet, then only work on like slide hook across the lane, slide hook, or slide to get halfway there, and then we'll reverse and come back. But we'll just kind of put those there as reference. So the next 5 minutes. Let's go. So now that the 5-man can't score, so what's the next thing that we're going to do? So we're going to go 510 low post. Kind of being a little redundant with the 510 low post. We know we're working on low post here. Let me just kind of make this a little easier to read. I'm going to work on if you need this form to draw on, go to hoopsanddetail.com/library. You can handwrite this in. I'm going to work on getting everyone the actual Excel spreadsheet or the number spreadsheet that I'm using right now, so that you guys, if you want to do it digitally like I do, then you can certainly do that. So then we go, the slide hook's not open. And then the next one is the 5-man's going to score. Now, if the 5-man can't score, that back cut from the point, that circle in the D is going to get the next point open. So we're going to say hit the point for a 3. Okay, we'll do that for 5 minutes, just progression by progression. Right, we're going to go, we'll say that we're working on our offense for 35 minutes. We'll go 35 minutes a day and put it in step by step. Okay, so 315 to 320. Now that the now let's do this a couple different ways. So now 5-man can't score. So the next option is we're going to snap it to the point and hit the 3. I need to put that. Say snap it to the point. Hit the 3. Now we're going to. What happens if the point's not open? Dribble the point back door. Hit the next point for a 3. Okay. And then I'm going to go one step further. Oops. 320 to 325. The next 5 minutes. What happens if you can't hit the low post? So we've covered everything so far. So the low post is snapped to the point because the point was open after that back cut. And then if that point guard is not, if the point is not open, we're going to dribble them backdoor, hit the next kid. Okay, but now let's go backwards a couple steps and say, well, what happens if the 5-man is not open? Okay, so let's go low. Let's go point from the wing. For 3. Okay, so low post not open. Go. Point. Okay, is everyone kind of following? I know we're kind of here during the day, so not everyone can be here live, but as you watch this on replay, let me know replay. If you're watching live right now, comment, let me know who's here. Okay. So here we go. We've gone 25 minutes. And so the next logical thing is, so on these 3 right here, we're all, everything right here is a transition. Okay, this is all a, this would be a counter, or I'm sorry, I would call this a phase into point. Now, if we're going to snap it to the point, this is a phase into point. If we have to dribble the point back door, you can call that a counter because the point's not open. Okay, you could call that an audible because maybe you want to dribble that player back door so you don't throw that specific person the ball. Okay, all in all, we are going from low post into the point series, so you could pretty much call this a phase. But you know, all these kind of, so a phase or a counter or an audible, they do kind of blend together a little bit, but we are getting from one series to directly into another series. Okay, so all 3 of these are very similar. These are 3 ways of getting the ball to the point. So in each one, we shoot to 3. Okay, so what do we do when the 3-pointer is not open? What are we doing? What is the next thing that we're doing in low post? Okay, actually, let's do this. Let's add this one in just because let's see. Here's an option. So if we snap it to the point from the wing, maybe the reason we're doing that is because the 5-man is being denied. So so after we shoot that 3 for 5 minutes, let's do this. Let's snap it to the point and high low. pass. That'll be a good one. That covers all of the bases. Everything that's going to happen when we snap the ball to the point. Now, this would be from the wing. This has got to be from the wing. Okay, you're not going to snap it to the point from the low post. You're not going to snap the point from the low post and then look for a high-low. Okay, but this is one cool option right here. It's another scoring action that you want to at least look at one time. Okay. There we go. All right. Go 330. 330 to 335. Let's now intro, because this next step is going. So we're going to go low post, but we're going to. The next logical step is to play point opposite. So if we don't get a 3, or if you don't want to shoot that 3 in a game, or maybe you have to wait. Maybe you give a couple kids a green light and a couple kids, no, we don't want you shooting that one. Let's play opposite and get you off a drift so the ball is in and out of your hands a little bit more before you get a quick shot early on the offense. So we're going to introduce point opposite. And so this could be more of a teaching aspect of it. So we're going to point opposite in the first. So what happens first is a back door, and we're going to hit that. Second is we're going to. Do we want to hit the drift, or we want to hit the post in the back door? Now this is going to be decision time. So it's going to decide on what you want to put in. So here's your option. So the first option is hit the back door for a layup. The second is going to hit the back door for post up. Okay. And then the third is going to be the drift. Okay. So those will be your 3 options. Now, if you hit the back door for a post up, you have to be prepared for what's going to come next. So I might not teach this one right away. For the reason is because once you hit them in the back door, you have to teach them how to score right away. And if you can't score right away, you got to teach them how to back cut off of the drift, and then fill out. And then what are you doing with your 5-man? So if you have a 5-man that you're going to run the open spot, you can always run the open with the 5-man there. But see how we're getting ahead of ourselves. So what I want to do is I'm going to put that there, but I'm going to postpone it. Oh, there we go. There's the button. I'll just cross that out right now, so we're not going to do that one. But we're going to show the backdoor for a layup, and then we're going to show what happens if the layup's not open. The next thing would be the drift. Okay, that's what I would probably show them on day 1. And then we would probably, by the time we come back to chin, would probably be the right time to come back and say, well, this is how we can, if we hit the shuffle cut in the post, this is how we score off of it. Then we can come back and say, hey, guys, remember when we did low post and played and went the point opposite? When we throw it down in the post, it's the same thing as chin. Okay, then light bulbs will go off. The kids will get it. Okay, so this would be day 1. All right, this would be day 1. So what I'm going to do now, yep, my bad, Ryan. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yep, I got to pay attention to that. Make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so here we go. So we snap it to the point. We go high-low. And then the last 5 minutes, I'm just going to quickly introduce point opposite. And then we're playing backdoor. We'll show them the layup. We'll show them why the layup's going to be open, and if the layup is not open, we're going to show them. We're going to tell them, say, we could throw it in the post, but we'll teach you that later. And then if the layup's not open, we're going to hit the next guy, and then we're going to come off the drift, show them how to come off the drift. So tomorrow on day 2, when we get to this part, you don't have to introduce it. They've already seen it. You can just briefly say, all right, now we're going to go point opposite, guys, point opposite, ladies. We're going to take a dribble opposite. We're going to attack the elbow. We're going to throw the back door. Okay, so tomorrow we'll actually rep it. All right? Okay. All right, so low post, day 2. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my coaches and say, all right, coaches, how did we do yesterday? How much time do we need to spend on what we worked on yesterday? So there we go. So we spent 5 minutes just hitting the back door. We made our point that we're going to look at this back door. I don't want to take time away from this. Well, I want to take time away from it, but I don't want to just say, okay, we've done that and we're done. So I'm actually going to go drop that down to 3 minutes. And then how many times do we want the 5-man to score? I like this extra work, this extra post work for a 5. I'm not going to knock that down to 3 minutes today. Maybe day 3 I will. 307, because I want that 5-man to feel like, hey, we're really working on some work. So we gained 3 minutes there. Snap it to the point, hit for a 3, dribble the point back door for a 3, from the low post or from the wing, snap it to the point for a 3. Again, you're gonna make these decisions on your own when you see how well they're picking it up. I'm just gonna assume we need a little bit of time, but I don't want to take it all away. So let's just take each one of them, knock each one of them down to a minute. You're gonna get a lot of really good reps. That is a big goal, is to set a good foundation. I am not exaggerating when this is how I do this minute by minute. This is real how I plan my practices. $3.15 to $3.19. So you see, I gained 6 minutes by chopping these down. We gained 6 minutes. We're going to work on this high-low pass again. 29. Let's do that for 4 minutes as well. Now we've gained 7 minutes. So now we actually have 12 minutes left before we get to our 35-minute threshold here. Okay, so let me just mark that down. Let's just say, hey, we're going 35 minutes. All right, so now instead of introducing point opposite, we're going to go right into it. So what we want to do, I need to see a low post. Be easier to understand. Low. There we go. So remember, there are 3 ways that we can get the ball to the point. Okay, we might want to work on all 3. Okay, in this moment. So if we want to spend 6 minutes on this, I messed that up. 3. Really gotta watch yourself. You're filling out these times. I'll get into practice and I'll say, well, that doesn't add up. How is it this time already? 319 to 323. There we go. 323. 329. That's going to give us 6 minutes. So for, I'm sorry, 222. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We're going to go low post, snap it to the point. Play opposite. Let me do it. Hit the back door. Trying to find a little bit better way to organize this. Hit the back door. Now we're going to low post. We're going to low post. We're going to dribble the point back door. Play opposite. And hit the back door. Ryan, if you have the if you have the help, if you have the resources, you can certainly do a scoreboard in practice. That's up to you. I did for a little bit when I had the help, and then sometimes your athletic director, our athletic director, got, "Hey, we don't want you using that," and they would take it away from us. So sometimes we could, sometimes we couldn't. If you have the resources, certainly go for it. And then we're going to snap it to the point from the wing. Play opposite and hit the back door. So there are 6 minutes there, 2 minutes on each. And then we still have 6 minutes left. So in this 6 minute period, we are going to introduce the chin drift. And there are 5 ways to score out of it. We'll introduce the footwork, and timing. And the 5 ways that we score, we're getting a shot, drive, and you don't have to break all of these down to every single detail. We'll do this on day 3 as well. Shot, drive, back cut. Let's see, give and go. And then the last one will be drive and kick. Don't have to teach that number 6 yet, but let's just kind of put it on there so we know it's there. All right, and this would be day 2. right? Ryan, do you kind of see how this is taking you in that natural progression? Okay. And again, these are supposed to be just like jump starts. These are not going to be, these might not be exactly the direction you're going or what you want. If you don't want to do part of this, then you might take that out or, whatnot. But this is the most natural, simple way to actually install this offense. If your practices are, if you have less practices, maybe you have 7 practices in your first game, then you might speed this up a little bit so you can get to whatever is next, the next thing that you want to run. But this is at least the start. So let's go to now day 3. The nice part of this is if you're doing this like on a computer, I literally can just, I don't have to retype everything every single time. I don't have to write everything out. So that's one of the reasons why I really like doing it this way. All right, so now, how often do we want to hit the point back door in day 3? Let's just go down to 1 minute. How often do we want the 5-man to score? Let's do 2 minutes. We want to snap the point and hit 3s. Let's see, 303 to 3. You guys want to do 2 minutes? Just like that, we grabbed 10 extra minutes to practice for the offensive stuff. And you can see we're still getting reps. Okay, this is day 3 of doing all of this up here. Even though the time limit is less, they're still doing it. So it still really helps. It really helps with just that muscle memory. Hey, we're still doing it, but not as long. But we're still talking about it. We're still actually physically doing it. And they should be better at it today on day 3 than they were on day 1 and 2. Okay. This might be a point in time. I'm not going to put this in because everything we're doing right now is still 5 on 0. I will let you guys decide at what point you want to do this 5 on 5. You might want to start 5 on 5 here on day 3. So what we could do is you could just start right off the bat. Just make everything here 5 on 5. And then you're going to hit the point back door, but you're going to tell the defense where to be so that they can see that back door is open. And then the 5-man that score when the back door is not open, you're going to kind of tell the defense where to go so that the 5-man can score, so that the 5-man and everyone else knows what it looks like, okay, when the 5-man is going to score. And then go through their scoring progressions. You can go 5 on 5 with all of these. So low post, snap it to the point. So all you have to do is tell the defense, hey, the point's open. Okay, snap to the point, get your 3. All right, then you just switch it over and let the next group go. The low post is not open. So tell that kid, say, hey, you have to deny the point now. I'm sorry, low post is open. The point is not open. So you tell your defense, hey, deny the point. Okay, so we can see what this looks like. And then in 5-man, you see it. Okay, now dribble them back door, hit the next kid, shoot the 3. All right, now let's say let's 3/4 deny the low post, snap it to the point, shoot the 3. Okay, you can do all of that 5 on 5. Even this high-low. How much time do we want to spend on the high-low? So let's go 309. Spend 3 minutes on it. And you might adjust these times. If you're going 5 on 5, you might want to leave these times up. You might want to leave at 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. You might want to leave those times up a little bit so both groups get reps, but it should be about the same. It should be about the same. So now snap at the point, a high-low pass for 3 minutes, but now we're going to do it 5 on 5. Okay? So now you show where the defense is going to be when it's open. Okay, then when we move to the next thing, when you move to point opposite, okay, now the high-low is not open, so you're going to shift the defense back around. Okay, now your defense in these segments are kind of dummy. I tell them, hey, defense go 3/4 speed, offense go full speed, something like that. But you got to move the defense around a little bit so that everyone understands. So the defense understands, hey, I need to guard him this way because this option could happen in a game. Okay, or I need to take this away because this is going to happen in a game. Then when they go on the offensive side, they're going to understand it a little better because, hey, yeah, if I deny that, okay, I see what I'm supposed to do on the offensive side. Okay, so if your defense does it the right way, your offense is going to get it. Okay, all of these back doors, you can do this with the defense 5-on-5. This is day 3. It's probably good to start getting the 5-on-5 work in by day 3 for sure. All right, and now on day 2 we introduced chin, so now let's actually run it. But what you might do is here you might do this 5-on-0. You might do this 5-on-0 the first day. Okay, so we've got 3. I tell you what we'll do. So we got the 6 minutes, 3:18. So we have 17 minutes still. So let's do this. Let's go 5-on-0. Let's do some 5-on-0 work. 3:18. Yes, so we had 17 minutes. We only introduced it yesterday, so we still need to rep it. So let's stay 5-on-0, but let's do this for 12 minutes. So that'd be 12 minutes. So we're going to do 2 minutes. We got 5. 2, 2, 2. Dribble or back cut. Give and go 2. So that's 8. And the drive and kick, there's actually a lot more going on in the drive and kick. So let's do that for 4 minutes. Okay, and we'll do that all 5-on-0. And then we got 5 minutes left. Let's go 5-on-5. And what you could do at this point, you could tell them, hey, if you have a shot, take a shot. If you don't, go ahead and drive. Yeah. Yeah, you could work on the shot 5-on-5. You could work on the shot and the drive together. Hey, if you got a shot, take a shot. If not, take a drive. But eventually, you're going to want to, when you get the dribble at back cut, it's going to be fairly simple. The shot's simple. If it's open, it's open. The drive's going to be simple. If there's a drive it and score. The dribble at back cut, if they're denied on the wing, that's going to be easy look. You're going to take one dribble to the elbow and then boom, hit them backdoor for layup. Tell the defense to overplay them so you can actually get that look in practice. The give and go, tell that defender, hey, you're a super pack line. You can kick it for a shot. You can give and go for a shot or layup. And then the drive and kick. This one's going to spend a little bit more time, so we're doing it 5-on-5, so we repped it 5-on-0 for 12 minutes. So right here, what you could do is you could introduce it 5-on-5 and actually show where the defense is going to be, spend a little bit repping it with your first team, and then when we come back on day 4, let's cut all of this down to, say, 1 minute each, maybe 3 minutes for the drive and kick, whatever you feel like you need. So turn this portion into about 6 minutes and this portion into about 10-12 minutes. Okay, and then by day 5, we're doing everything 5 on, and you almost will not have to tell them, hey, do it step by step by step. Take what's open. okay, or if you feel like there's a portion that they need to work on a little bit more, then take what's open. If I wasn't scrolling down, I apologize about that. All right, do you have any questions about that? Again, if you're watching this on replay tonight, just comment replay and then ask your question, and then I will come back and answer it. I might have to do a couple of these a week every now and then, earlier in the afternoon. But on the film room, we didn't have a lot of questions when we watched film, so that's kind of one to kind of kick back and just kind of break it down. There's not as many questions on that as there is when we do actually on the whiteboard sessions. The whiteboard session, I'm going to for sure keep doing at night, and then the film and maybe this breakout session, depending on how heavy we go and what my work schedule turns out to be, we can maybe do one in the evening or one in the afternoon. Okay. So that's low post. That's day 1, day 2, day 3 of low post. All right. So if you're live, what do you guys think about that? Does that kind of give you a little bit of direction to go with low post? Okay. All right. So let's go to chin now. So let's go back to practice 1. Emphasis on chin. And let's delete all of that. Okay, any questions? All right, here we go. Oops. All right. So now when we run chin, got 35 minutes total. Why can't I do that? Oh. There we go. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about the shuffle cut. And there are 3 ways to score off the shuffle cut. Early, late, post. Now you got to talk about the 2-pass reversal and shuffle cut. Okay. So early, late, in the post. So we want to hit these pretty good for the first time. Now, if you are starting it with low post, okay, by the time we get to the drift work of chin, you're going to be like, oh, well, all I have to do is take this first part of practice where we just talk about the shuffle cut. Once I get to the drift, they already know that. And then you can kind of adjust what you're doing or how much time you have to spend with it because you've already been working on it with the low post stuff. So we're going to talk the 2-pass reversal and the chin cut. So let's do 12 minutes. So we're going to go 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, looking early, looking late, looking in the post. I would definitely put like a coach out there or a manager in the right defensive position. Most of the time I teach from a defensive position. I'll be in the middle of the floor. I'll be guarding the 5. I'll be guarding the 1, or I'll guard the 5 and I'll have another coach guard the 1 so that they can mimic and they can see what it's going to look like when it's open or not open. Okay, then we're going to take them through all the little stuff that we taught during the breakdown. So you're going to catch it on the wing, or when the point guard throws it, they're going to wait 1,001, 1,000. Now they're going to cut. When the ball gets to the wing, they're going to pass fake low, zip it over the top. All the passes, we're going to try to make every single pass over the top if we can. Once they get in the post, if you have to be able to make a bounce pass, you can. But most of these passes got to be quick passes, just right on the dot. Okay? All right? So those are the first, right there would be the first 12 minutes. So 4 minutes early, 4 minutes late, 4 minutes in the post. The next thing you could add here, let's just do this right away. Now you're also, as you're doing this, you need to show the inbounder how to set up the drift, because that's coming next. Okay, so while you're telling your one man who's coming off the shuffle what to do, and the 5-man and everyone else, you are going to tell the 2-man, hey, now while the 1-man's coming down here, 2-man, you're going to come down here and plant your outside foot, and you're going to wait on the 5 to come set a screen for you. That will happen in a second, but first we're going to work on everything off the shuffle. All right, so here at 312, let's go for 312 to 316. Let's do another 4 minutes. And let's put in, let's just do this right away. So let's put in a forward baseline drive. So when the 4-man when your forward catches the ball, they catch it, and as they're scanning and looking, they say, "Oh, there's no one on the baseline." They're just going to rip it through and drive it to the basket. Okay, now you'll have to explain to them where the defense is, because you're working on this 5-on-0. You explain them why it's going to be open. You can go over there and stand as a coach, say, if the opposite forward defender is here, if the X5 is high, if X1 is high, then if you've got it, you can pass fake to the middle, or maybe jab step to the right, rip, or jab step to the middle, rip it through, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, baseline for a layup. Okay. Now let's go 316. Let's see here. Go grab that from the low post. So we've got 35 total minutes. So we've done this already in the first 16 minutes. So let's take another 12 minutes and work on this. Yep, I like it. Let's just spend 12 minutes. So let's go to 3:28. 12 minutes. Got 5. Let's just do 15 minutes. Let's just do 15 minutes. Make the math easy. So you're going to do 3 minutes on each of these. Scroll down so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. So, yep, I just go right down just like that. So I guess, especially on day one, there's going to be a lot of introducing, and you're going to be doing a lot of walking through. So you're going to want to spend a little bit more time. Budget, whole 15 minutes, so you don't feel rushed when you're teaching this. But after the shuffle cut, if they're not open in the post, the forward takes their eyes off of the post, look at the point. They're going to snap it to the kid off the drift, and then you're going to start going through progressions. First progression is a shot. Second progression is a drive, dribble up, back cut, give and go, drive and kick. Okay, the exact same way that we went over that in the exact same way that we went over all of that in the whiteboard sessions. Okay, and then we have 2 more minutes. Let's use them. Actually, 4 more minutes. 3:31, 3:35. There's 4 minutes. And let's introduce low one time. Okay, now low one time is, hey, so We're not going to throw the guard, maybe the guard to guard denied. Let's throw it to the wing. So you're going to teach them low post. You're going to teach them to cut to the opposite corner. And then we're going to show your forward how to, let's see. Middle and hit the back door. All right, that's the first thing we'll do. Because now dribble one gets in the chin. Okay, for future reference. All right, so dribble one will get them in the chin. Dribble two gets them into the drift. All right, so that's actually for chin. That's a lot in 35 minutes, but I think that's pretty reasonable. You guys now when you're thinking of your players and you're thinking of are you putting in exactly like this or wherever if you want to adjust this somehow that's totally up to you. You want to look at it and think, do we need more time or do we think this? I would always on day one I would always spend more time because you're going to probably spend more time teaching, especially if this is the first time. You'll probably spend a little bit more time teaching, and you're going to want to make sure that you have enough time budgeted so you're not bumping stuff. Okay, so then on day two you're going to really have a good idea. Say, okay, we spent way too much time on that. We were done. Guys figured it out. We can really cut down the time on that on day two. Okay, so let's kind of come back up here. I need to really watch this so I know how much to scroll down. There we go. We're going to introduce one time. Teach the guard to cut to the opposite corner and low. Dribble one time to the middle, hit the back door. Now we're going to teach them before they drive middle, they're going to jab step baseline. Okay, it's really important to baseline, maybe a shot fake before the drive middle. That's the little detail stuff that you have to make sure you teach. Okay. Chin 2. So let's go here. This is day 2 now. There you go. Okay, so now how much time do we want to spend on this early, late, and in the post? Okay, you might just go, let's go 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We'll call that 3:06. I'm going to make some room. Because what I'm going to do here on day 2 is a little bit easier with chin because it's a little, there's a lot less going on. We're going to go 5:05. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. If you feel like you need more time than this, add it. You very well might because you're only going to get about 1 minute per group. And this is only day 2. However, what I would probably do is I would keep this first 12 minutes like this for the entire first 3 days at least. So you are spreading those reps out over 3 days. So they're always working on that. Then you got this baseline drive. We'll do it. This is day 2, so let's do it for 1 minute to review. 510. $316. Oops. $313. There we go. All right, you guys following the progressions? Does this make sense? You know, whether you're watching live, watching on replay, does this make sense? Okay. And then at 316, we're going to come back into the chin drift. We're not introducing it anymore. We did that yesterday. So how much time do we want to spend on everything 510? And then do we want to work on stuff 515 off of this drift? I would almost say let's review everything for a minute. Let's do the drive for a minute. Remember, there's two ways to drive. Drive it hard or make sure that you give a hezzy. There we go. Dribble at back cut. Just rep it for a good solid minute. Give and go. One solid minute. Drive and kick. If you want a little bit more time on this, because you can drive and kick for a 3, or you can drive and kick for a 1 dribble pull up. Let's just leave that at 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So there's 322. So there's 6 minutes. Still have 13 minutes left. So we turn that into 6 minutes. Okay. Let's go 8 minutes. And let's go 515. And what you might say is during these first 4, now you're gonna want to work. You're gonna want to work on each of them. So you might tell on the shot, you might tell the defender to go under the 5. On the drive, you might tell him, "Hey, chase the 5." With a dribble at back cut, you're going to want to tell the defense to deny the opposite wing during the give and go. You're going to want the defense to pack it in on the opposite wing, like a pack line defense. And the drive and kick, you're going to want to mix this up. And play good D. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. I would kind of adjust that how you think. Let's just make it 7 to make the math easy to work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. There we go. All right, if you need more time than that, then make those adjustments on your own. This is kind of where I would start out in my head. Now I've got 6 minutes left for this. Let's go 329 to 334. Don't need to introduce it now. They've got it. And so we're going to go low. We're going to go low, low post without throwing it to the low post. The goal is to dribble one time to the middle. We're going to hit the back door. So let's see. Let's italicize that. Oops. This is where the focus is. And let's do this for I'll tell you what, I'm just going to make that the entire 6 minutes. Six minutes, and we're going to do this one for 4. What do we do that on the? What do we do on that on day 1? How much time? Okay, we did it for 4 minutes on day 1 too. So let's just do this for 3 minutes, and then for the other 3 minutes, back dribble into the chin. Hit the shuffle cut. By this point in time, your kids' eyes they're going to go like, "Oh, I got it. This makes sense. This makes total sense, coach." They're going to see, they're going to start seeing the full picture right now. Okay, you guys, is everyone kind of seeing that? Okay, where they might not see where you're going with on day 1, but by now on day 2, they're starting to see where everything comes. What is this low one time? Why are we doing that? Oh, you back. So if you don't get the back door, you back dribble in the chin. Oh, we already did that earlier today. Okay, now I got it. Okay, now I got it. Okay, so here's day 2. So now we're let's see. I need to put this in 510. I would probably spend a little bit more time making this a little prettier, but because I'm doing it on the fly, hopefully you guys can see the the core idea, the core strategy here. Okay. All right. So let's go to. Oops. Let's do day 3. So many windows open. I think my computer is slowing down on me. Okay. There we go. Just can't read it. Okay, so let's go back up here. This is day 3. And now we're just going to cut stuff down here. Okay, so we're going to go 510 for 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. .303. 303 to, let's say, I still want 6 minutes here, so let's go 309. I want to gain enough time that we get to dribble 2 today and then off the drift again. Cool thing is all we have to do is teach dribble 2 now. We don't have to teach the drift because we've been teaching the drift for the last 2 days. Let's go. Yep, let's do this again. 309, 310, 310. 312, just cut that down a minute. And eventually you'll be able to take this away. Like I said, once you get to day 4, day 5, you can almost stop teaching it this way because now they're going to have a good foundation. All right, guys, let's just start out 5-on-5. Okay, let's run chin. Let's see what we got. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go. How much do we want to do 5-on-0 here? See, I would almost say if you want, this is day 3. Only gained 4 minutes. You could almost, if you wanted, let's just do this today. Let's just take. Let's go start right here, 5-on-5. Bump over to day 2 real quick. Yeah, because this is supposed to be 5-on-5. There we go. Back to day 3. Okay, so let's go 5-on-5. There's 7 minutes. Let's go 3:10. Looks like we've gained 10 minutes here. Let's go 3. Let's just go 10 minutes. 1, 2. We'll spend 1 minute getting the shot. Spend 2 minutes figuring out how to drive. 1 minute dribble at back cut. 1 minute give and go. Now, if the dribble at back cut doesn't work or the give and go doesn't work, you're going to stop them, or we're going to teach them how to back dribble in the chin. Would probably be this. So you might have this one out today. Unscratch that one, and make sure you teach that one today. How to back dribble. Everything breaks down. How do you back dribble and reset? Okay. Now, when they back dribble and reset, because you're teaching low 1 time and low 2 times, or dribble 1, dribble 2, because you're teaching those, when they back dribble, they don't have to throw the guard to guard and run chin again. They could throw to the wing, cut through and run low, and then go 1 time in the chin or 2 times off the drift. So it's very smooth, it's very fast, very, very quick and pressure releasing way to get back into the offense. All right, so let's bring this up. So this only goes to 320. You got to really watch your times when you're filling stuff out. Sometimes I go so fast. I'm in practice. I'm like, oh, I didn't even plan something because I messed up my numbers. Let's go 320. So let's go. We're going to go low 1 time, but let's do this 5-on-5 now. I think they can do it. 5-on-5. And let's see. Put that away so I can. Like I said, I would probably draw this up a lot prettier than the way I'm doing it right now. If I had a little bit more time, if I wasn't speeding through it. Okay, so let's go 5-on-5, 3 minutes. Let's go hit this kid back door. So you're going to tell your defense, hey, kind of dummy it up so he's open back door so everyone can see what it's like. And then for 3 minutes, let's say, hey, they're not open back door, so let's back dribble in the chin. Okay, hit the shuffle cut. All right, let's do that for 6 minutes. So that'll take us to 3, 6. Now let's go 336 to 326. Let's go 326. And we have until 335. That'd give us 9 minutes. What is the we go. 5 on 5. Low 2 time. Cut the opposite corner. And dribble 2 times. Dribble 2 times to the middle. And let's hit the second back door. For a layup. All right. I call the dribble 1. So 2 time gets into the chin drift. One time gets into chin. There we go. All right, very cool. And then, so let's do this 5 on 0. And let's do this for 3 minutes. And then we're going to show they're going to hit the next player, come off the drift. So we've got, let's do that for 4 minutes. Let's do this for 5 minutes. Hit the next player, come off the drift, and then I would go back up here and work on your drift stuff. So you have 5 minutes. So you might tell them to mix these up. Okay, 1 minute each. There you go. All right, that's day 3 for chin. Okay, does that kind of put you guys on a good understanding, good level? You guys understand that? Does that help break it down to where you might start? So that's low post and chin. So that's taken me a little bit over an hour to put those two together. I'm not going to do point and open today. I will do point and open again. Maybe we'll do point and open next week on the breakout session, so that we have a little bit more time. Because if not, I'm going to try to squeeze it in, and I'm going to rush too fast. So these are legit how I would put together the practice plans. I will make these. I'm going to after next week, when I do point and open, I will save it and I will upload it into the members area so that you guys can actually have these physical copies. And that'll actually take us from 7 days to 19 days of practice plans. So that'd be pretty cool. And I tell you what, those last two, I said we're going to try to get the 21 practice plans. Maybe also next week during the breakout session, I'll add the Flash series. So we can do the Flash series practice plan. So we can work on, how do we set up the foundation for the Flash series for coaches who want to work on the Flash. Okay. All right. I know we haven't introduced forwards out or forwards out opposite yet. That's something that we're going to talk about we're going to talk about that on Monday. We're going to hammer a lot of the entries, the counters, the audibles. We're going to hit all of the in-between stuff that we did not get to focus on Monday. So I hope you guys, hope this really kind of helps shine a light on things. If you're watching this on I know we went to the afternoon today, so if you watch this on replay, have any questions, just comment, leave a question in the comments. If it's a complicated question, I will make another video. If I can't answer it with a reply or with a comment, I will make another video and I'll just tack it onto this at the end. And then we'll go from there. All right. Okay. If you guys don't have anything else, Coach, just holler at me in the Facebook group and have a good weekend. We'll hit it back hard Monday. See you, Coach.